Hi CT kids and friends, Miss Christie here. I'm going to read today Eric Says Thanks. Let's get started. Eric woke one awesome morning and sat at the table, stretching, yawning. As he tucked into his toasty bread, "This brekkie is epic," Eric said. My taste buds are buzzin', my belly is blessed. I'm loving this loaf, toast is the best. But who do I thank for this scrumptious treat? My mum, of course. Eric sprang to his feet. He ran to the kitchen and called to his mum. "Thanks a gazillion, my brekkie was yum." His grateful smile was 10 miles wide. "Oh, Eric, that's sweet," his mum replied. "But all I did was toast the bread. You should be thanking the baker instead." So out of the door, with a hip and a hop, Eric popped out to the baker's shop. "Hey, Mr. Baker, I just came to say thanks for the loaf you made yesterday. You make the bestest bread on the planet. I tried to thank my mom, but she just wouldn't have it. She told me that you're the one to be praised. So 3 cheers for you. Hip, hip, hooray." "That's kind," the baker began, "but the fella who fetches the flour's your man. Without the flour, there'd be no bread. You should really be thanking him instead. His name is Dan, he drives a big van." "I'm on it," said Eric, and off he ran. A short while later, Eric found Dan. He was taking a nap in the back of his van. He banged the window and shouted, "Dan, you're the world's most epic delivery man. I'm loving the loaves the baker deals, but he couldn't do it without your wheels." "You're welcome, dude," said Dan with a grin. "But it's really the miller you should be thanking. She grinds the grain that makes the flour to bake the bread that you devour." Quick as a flash, Eric dashed up the hill to thank the lady who worked at the mill. He knew he'd find her by the grinder, and when he did, he sat beside her. "Thank you, Mrs. Miller," he chimed. "Your flour is epic, one of a kind." "Oh, dearie, it's my pleasure, of course. But it's not me who deserves your applause. Without the wheat, there would be no grinding. You should thank Farmer Pete, if you can find him." So Eric legged it down to the farm. He looked in the fields and checked in the barn. Finally, he found him working hard, fixing his tractor across the yard. "Sorry to bother you, Farmer Pete, but I wanted to thank you for growing this wheat. Without the wheat, the miller could never grind the greatest flour ever. Then Dan, the fantastic delivery man, would have nothing to drop off in his van. Mr. Baker could make no bread, so Mom would buy something else instead. And the ultimate tragedy would be, there'd be no tasty toast for me." Farmer Pete put down his spanner and replied to Eric in the gentlest manner. "I'm grateful for your gratitude, plucky young fella, but I think there's something I need to tell ya. Each day, the sun rises way up high, giving light and heat from up in the sky. And see those clouds that are plump with rain? Soon they'll burst and water the grain. So as hard as I work to harvest this crop, your journey of thanks has one last stop. Eric looked up and then down at the grain. But who do I thank for sunshine and rain? The old farmer smiled and whispered, let's look at what God says in His good book. And pulling a Bible from his dungarees, he thumbed a few pages, then started to read. Love the Lord, serve Him heart and soul, for He sends the rain that makes grain grow. That's from Deuteronomy 11:13-14. The little lad beamed as the farmer read it. I get it, yelled Eric. Let's give God the credit. So Eric paused and he closed his eyes. God, thanks for my epic adventure today and all of the people I met on the way. They all played their part in giving me toast. I've thanked them all, but I thank you the most. Amen. The end. I'm going to share one verse with you all. 2 Corinthians 9:15 says, thanks be to God for His indescribable gift. I encourage you, friends, take some time today, a few minutes, and share with a sibling or a family member at least one thing that you are thankful for. And if you would like, you can share it in the comments below. Bye, friends.